She was a butterfly, a beautiful black butterfly whose wings fluttered against the night, and caterpillars that were below on the branch thought that they were inadequate because they couldn't fly like she could. And she looked down to the beautiful caterpillars and said, incubation is at its finest of patience. It takes time to grow into the way that you hope and dream of. As long as you put in effort and you keep climbing slowly, you'll be able to make it. Just like it takes a while for you to be born out of the nest, it takes a while for you to grow into your wings. And then she flew away. The caterpillars, though, they sat restlessly every night, crying tears and wondering why is it so long that they can finally take flight. The caterpillar beside one of them said, I can't sit here and wait any longer. He inched closer and closer towards the end of the branch. He looked down and he gulped in fear, but he closed his eyes and he fell. He didn't fly. He was gone that same night. Last but not least, the two caterpillars, the only ones who've witnessed their friend just pass, sat there and stared at each other in hurt, but also in wonder. Maybe they should take the advice of the butterfly. Or should they? The next caterpillar of kin decided to crawl close to the branch, the end of the branch, just like his friend has. He looked down and looked back and knew this was his last chance. But instead, because he was comfortable, he took that last dance, and he fell as well, just like his friend. Now, the caterpillar is still left alone, the last caterpillar left on his own. And as this caterpillar sits there, he looks up into the sky, and there's a beautiful star that's shining above his head. He inches closer to the branch and he says, please, please, my star, please grant me the wish to fly overseas. He backs up from the branch and he chooses to be the wise one and not make the same hasty decisions off of temporary emotional displays like his friends here. And as he sat there overnight, it didn't happen. A few months, it still didn't happen. And a whole year has came by. He woke up from a very deep slumber. A wing started to shudder. He couldn't believe his eyes, but he had no time to react. This is the moment he's been waiting for. He gulped in nervousness, but he was determined. All of his hard work is finna pay off. And finally, he can fly. He uttered, and he uttered, and he uttered, and then up in the air he went. A beautiful butterfly, and now his lifetime is spent. And as he flies across the skies, he comes across the lady butterfly. He looks in her eyes and said, I've made it. She said, just like I knew you could. But what about my friends, he asked. They weren't ready, she replied. They weren't ready to succeed. Some of them, sadly but true, you have to leave. And so, the butterfly understood, but was still hurt. But even though he was saddened, he's proud that he followed his intuition and that he still knows his worth. This is a poem that I decided to speak. And I just wanted to say that it takes patience, but with determination, you will succeed. Even if your comfort zone, you have to leave. Bye, guys.